Welcome back everyone to a nice big trade. So this is from Simon Nguyen, well, his YouTube name is Pokemon TCG. And quick note says, "Hey Cat, thanks for the trade. I traded for your Charizard Star." So as many of you know, if you kept up with my trade binder updates the last couple of months or so, I did have a Charizard Star up for sale or trade. And this was a card that I was able that had some damage to it. Was still in great condition though, and I was able to get a replacement for the one that was as it sat in my collection, which meant that this one was available. And as usual, what happens with most of my pretty big valuable cards, I get tons and tons of offers in, and then people decide, you know what, really not interested in it anymore, and they often back out. So I ran across this problem many times, and was finally able to work out a trade with Pokemon TCG. Now I will say that the only downside to this trade was that it took forever. I really felt like the trade should have gone much simpler. All my wants are clearly listed on the website, and it took quite a bit back and forth before there was finally a reasonable deal on the table. But after I think it was several weeks, we finally did come to an agreement. And got the cards shipped out, and I finally received them yesterday. So first off, we have a couple of head ringers. This is getting a lot of play right now. Just general disruption decks. It's fantastic in Age/EX for metal decks. I did see this deck win a Cities. Metal, it hasn't really been doing that great overall at Cities, but it's as simple as the old eels. You can tag it to pretty much anything. Age/, prevents your Pokemon from attacking it if it has any special energy. That slows down a lot of your Donphan decks, Seismitoad, even Eviltalls. Dialga EX can be thrown in there, which slows down your opponent's Pokemon if they're EXs. And what's the other big metal Pokemon? I can't think of what else it really runs. It might come to me later. We also traded for a Gengar Full Art EX. Now, unfortunately, I did just pull this one in a box, so I don't know whether I'll be hanging on to this for decks, but I really prefer to play with just the cheaper version in decks. And right now, Donphan is getting much more play than Gengar, which pretty much does the same thing. So, and isn't an EX, so you don't give up the second prize. So I'm probably just going to put this one back up for sale or trade. Same with the Florges EX. I was able to actually get this in from someone else the other day, but it is a fantastically beautiful card. And yeah, and then the last card we traded for was a Malamar, and if anyone's doing like the math in their head, there was a little bit of money in this deal as well. And like I said, my Charizard Star did have some damage. There was some edge wear. There was like a little ding on the front. But yeah, he has pictures of the card front and back. Still liked it, and I think we worked out a pretty fair trade for it. Was able to get I like having stars in my binder just because a lot of people want them, but at the same time, I found that it's mostly a hassle. When you have a card that's, even $25 more in value, you just have so many people that want it but aren't serious about it, and I can't tell you how many hours get wasted on these super expensive cards because people just like I said, they want it, but they don't have the resources to make a good offer for it, and or they just, I find a lot of people just flat out lie and say they want to go through a trade, and then weeks later I end up putting it back in the binder and up for someone else. So thank you very much, Pokemon TCG, for finally coming to a conclusion or a trade with this card and following through with it. So stay tuned for more, and yeah, there's plenty more to come.